Do we?
Yeah. Oh, no. We're missing Nail Sue.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we're missing somebody.
Oh,
What?
There he is.
Oh, he's in?
I was looking. I'm trying to.
Oh,
Menu
Jack.
coming.
when you see like the guy that looks like Dan Carvey's Mr. Turtle pick up the hottest girl at the bar. Fucking bards. Like how? He's literally a turtle in real life. Well, how is this a thing? And then he's gone.
Or sorcerer.
and he's gone.
Fucking bards with the royal background pieces. Ugh.
Oh no, but with the glasses and stuff like that, enchanter wizard.
Hmm.
Yeah, do you guys? Here, let me see. Let me see if I can find a photo.
Was there Talks Machina this last Tuesday?
No.
No.
Okay, so there hasn't been one for 2 weeks. There'll be one.
He overslept.
What a
Nail
jerk!
He's gotta get his computer set up.
I thought you were
Talking
talking
about
about Brian. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to call him a jerk. I thought you were talking about Brian Foster.
No. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually 4, because only. So I'm gonna roll a dice, and whoever it lands on, that person will have to do the on last week's episode. 3.
Is it Dan?
That's Dan.
Why? That's so great.
You get to talk about Von Trapp.
Yeah, talk about Von Trapp.
We're all role players
Just
who
turns
enjoy
into a
hearing
giant
ourselves
eulogy.
speak.
On last week's episode of the Heroes of the Take, we defeated the ogres. Unfortunately, one of those ogres was one of our friends. Poor Von Trapp. We'll miss thee.
For Von Trapp.
Is that right? That's right. That's right.
Sure.
Right?
Why not?
Seymour Von Trapp.
We learned that we stayed in a Giants home, right? Giants? Yeah, Giants. It was vacated, so we didn't get attacked by Giants. That would have been bad. We learned that Shango and Erdan are both fans of the Storm God. We learned nothing of Flint still. She won't tell us.
I mean, she's
Cortanus.
told things.
Cortanus is a mystery wrapped in an enigma.
Oh god.
Yep. She won't tell us nothing.
You were talking to Shango the entire time.
No. I asked questions. You were being very like, nah, leave me alone, kid.
I told you exactly what she is, Dan.
Anyway.
We met the captain too. She's pretty scary.
You think she's scary?
Every character you make is scary.
Bill, not known for making nice NPCs.
Well, I mean, come on. I've made nice NPCs. Does anybody remember her name?
That's someone else's territory.
Yeah, I don't remember her name. I know.
Nobody write down her name.
I did not.
I know
Nadine.
Nadine Sherman.
Nadine.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
Nadine.
Boom.
It was Nadine Sherman. Nadine Sherman.
You met her in the Rusted Anchor.
You did.
Yay.
The Rusted Anchor. And you guys have... and she said that you guys would be leaving first thing in the morning. And you guys had the rest of the day in this small, little, tiny fishing village. If you wanted to do anything or make any preparations or... If there's nothing any of you need to do, then we can just move on. But
I mean, we got some gold from that, so we could take a look and see if anybody has well, wait, no, I have that. Well, I was gonna say we can go buy some health potions because I mean, Noxus doesn't really know what the patches do. Oh, we got some really cool stuff, by the way. We got
oh yeah, you guys got some cool items from
Yeah.
the ogres that were collecting stuff from the bridge. So
we got a baseball size globe of solid glass. It's basically a drift globe. Or Dan has that. Noxus has the robe with a bunch of patches, which is just, I think it's the robe of many useful things or something like that. We got some gold and some silver and copper. We have a goblet that's worth 100 gold and a leather gauntlet of blasting that Sayao has. And then we got some javelins. So we could potentially go sell some stuff and get some potions and whatnot for this battle if you guys want to. It's up to you. Noxus is kind of along for the ride at this point. He's just kind of not, kind of just chilling.
This small fishing village is like its population is measured in the dozens, not the hundreds. So you're not sure that there's like a small little general store that has some like basic sailing supplies and basic supplies. They definitely don't have any magic items or anything like a healing potion. They might have some like healer's kits or something.
Don't we have 5 healing potions?
4 now.
We have
'cause
4
gave
now.
one to one of, yeah.
No,
we gave one to
because
the ogre.
because we had 6 and he
we
gave
had
one.
6.
Yeah, we had
Okay.
6.
Okay, well then
One
6,
for each
yeah.
of us.
Then we
I have
5 left.
3 on me.
Okay.
I know I gave one to the
Wait, we have healing
ogre.
potions?
Yeah. So
Some people have them.
5 healing potions. They're regular healing potions.
Better than nothing.
Okay. So then, yeah, we don't really need anything unless you guys want something or want to go do something.
I'm good.
Noxus is kind of ready just to go out and kind of sleep for a little while.
Yeah, I'll turn in.
I don't have anything.
All right. Any objections?
So
Nap-
you all take to your rooms for the night. You get what sleep you can as the wind is whipping outside. It is springtime, but this far north, it's especially when the wind gets going off of the ocean, it still gets pretty cold. But there's a small little wood stove in your rooms to help keep you warm. And as you wake up in the morning, you come downstairs to a fishy breakfast. It's essentially fish omelets. And yeah, right. With a seafood chowder, breakfast chowder, and
Bagels
biscuits.
Blocks.
Yeah, right. And you fish bacon. Sure, why not? Totally fish bacon.
Bacala.
Just put it in your pocket.
But as you come downstairs also to get your breakfast, you notice that in stark contrast from the night before, when the inn/tavern was packed to the gills with sailors, it is practically empty. I mean, it is empty except for your immediate party and the proprietors.
Do we need to gather information?
Seems as if they hath cleaned up all the semen.
Take inspiration.
That's a good one. He holds his hand up for.
She fucking beat me to it by like 3.5 seconds.
Klaus looks
beat me to it.
confused by good one.
Are you gonna leave me hanging, Cortanus? Come on. He's got
What?
his hand up. Right. He's got his hand up.
What is
It looks like
hand?
it looks like he's holding his hand in a position that someone would wave, except he's not moving it back and forth.
mirror the
Wait.
gesture.
Oh, okay. Now, wait. Do you not know? You don't know how to give high fives. Okay. All right. Okay.
Are
I'm
you
gonna
guys
teach
gonna
you
do
something.
that awkward high five where you slowly touch hands?
Yeah. I'm gonna teach you something, Cortanus. All right. So you see my hand? You're gonna hit my hand. But when you do it, you gotta look at
thou
my.
wishes me to strike thee.
Do it
Yeah,
aggressively.
not with your sword. Not with your sword.
No, with your hand.
No,
with
of
your
course
hand.
not.
It's a fun thing we do. So
Swap hands.
yeah, so you're gonna hit my hand, and to make sure you get the best high five, you gotta look at my elbow. All right. I know it sounds weird. Just try it. All right.
All right. I was like,
Okay.
look intensely at his elbow and just try to smack his hand.
Dice roll.
And he goes and he does the same thing.
I mean, I'm not going to make you make checks.
Aww.
Just the most awkward high five to start out with because it's your first.
Yeah, it's your first one. Like, you get it. It's apparently some sort of new form of celebration or greeting. It's strange how this culture has developed in over 1,000 years.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
Slap hands.
but you know, when in Rome, or when in
when in outside of Whitestone.
yeah. It must be some sort of dragonborn custom.
Yeah, that was really good. That was awesome. That was a good one for your first one. That was awesome. Seemed a
Alright.
little overexcited.
I
Just a
shall
little.
remember that. Thank thee. But no one seems to shake hands anymore.
Well, we still do that. Just we sometimes do, a little more. So yeah.
Understood. Just like looks to Shango and gives a slight shrug.
Just roll with it.
One of the barmaiders says, "It's for when shaking hands just won't do."
Yeah. See, they get it.
Ah. Alright. So noted.
He kind of leans into you, Noxious, and kind of does that thing where he holds his hand to the one side of his mouth and says, "Sheltered kid."
You ain't kidding.
This old, sea-worn-faced looking dwarf with like that gray-white kind of dirty beard. Their face is just so weathered, and it looks like worked leather. Their skin is so like wind blown and so much salty air that it's seen. Just like an infinite amount of lines running across the face. That of the face that you can see that's not obscured by the giant dwarven beard. But as you all finish your morning meals, gather your implements, and step outside onto the dock, you are immediately struck with the sight of where all the seamen must have gotten to, as Captain Nadine is barking out orders upon the deck of her rather imposing ship, as sailors are running this way and that, tying off different ropes, making different preparations, securing different barrels and whatnot, as she kind of looks over towards the entrance to the tavern and sees you all exiting and kind of gives a nod and a slight wave, and then you watch as she turns her head and starts deliberately marching towards one of the seamen, barking some sort of orders, probably recognizing someone not doing something as she had instructed. But you see, not too far down the dock, a gangplank that leads up to the deck of the ship.
Shall we continue?
Yeah, I guess so. Noxus will walk to the foot of it, and before he steps on, he's like, "Oh, wait a minute. Hey, Captain, permission to come aboard."
Granted.
Okay, we can go on. And he'll continue to go up the gangplank.
Django is gonna stop at the bottom of the gangplank, look at the ship, take a deep breath, and then take a deliberate step forward to go up onto the gangplank.
Little bit of nerves there, Shango.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, he's never been on a ship or a boat.
Fair.
Now we know that.
Art thou all right, my lord?
Yeah, I think so. I have not been out to sea before, or on any sort of bigger water for that matter.
Yeah, don't worry. He'll be fine.
Might want to grab a bag, mate.
A bag?
Or at least stay close to the side.
Noted.
CR will be the last one to get on.
'Tis all right. I doth not remember if I hath been either.
You don't remember?
Not at all. Shall it be interesting?
So as you all come up the gangplank and onto the creaky old ship, the ship looks like it's been at sea for decades, and you can tell that it's a worn ship. It's seen plenty of use, but you can also see that it's well cared for. It's definitely old, and the style of ship, for those of you who would know these things, is definitely older. And you can see that the wood is definitely older, and in some spots probably in need of some cosmetic repair, and maybe even a little bit more beyond that. But it's there. You can still tell that it's cared for and still looked at as a and is a loved item. But as you come on, you see sailors deliberately going about, and as you kind of make your way towards the back of the ship, towards the second, the rised area where the wheel is, you can see Captain Nadine standing behind it, saying, "Well, if you don't have any other business, I believe we can get going then."
Yeah. Let's go ahead.
All right, set sail! She shouts out and starts barking out a bunch of other nautical terms and things that I don't actually know, but you guys can imagine. As
Hoist
the
gangplank.
yes, hoist the gangplank, raise the anchor,
Weigh anchor.
weigh the
Haas is
mizzenmast.
taking some notes on as they yell things and trying to figure out what they mean.
All
Open the
hands
sail.
Out of
yeah,
reaction.
Swing the boom. Cut the jib.
Yep,
insert generic nautical term here.
out of reaction, Noxus is saying those things. He's like, "Oh, shut up, stop it. You're a passenger. You're not working. Shut up."
Seeing Nox seemingly knowing what's going on might ask over to him, is there something we should be doing as passengers? Someplace to be?
Wherever you want, really. Just don't fall over, and don't go up to the crow's nest. I mean, that's never a good idea if you don't like heights.
Crow's nest.
Yeah. Oh, and the only place you should really go when you're under deck is you're sleeping. Don't mess around in anything you're not supposed to be in. That'll really piss the captain off.
I certainly had no intention of that.
Just food for thought.
Oh shit! Oops.
You went downstairs and started messing with stuff?
Nope, I'm good. All right. So as you guys exit the bay and start getting out into the cold, salty air, the wind when the wind picks up, it kind of bites and stings at your nose and cheeks. What little that you leave exposed. But the sun is out and bright, and when it bounces off the clear water, it can have an almost blinding effect, especially with the bright white alabaster mountain Sierra mountain range to your one side, with the sun to bounce off of as well. You'll recall, Noxus, one of the reasons that not a lot of ships, only the most well-trained crews tend to sail up here, because it can be your vision can be easily obscured, and all sorts of glares can happen, and it can be easy for ships that aren't paying attention to crash into the different rocky outcroppings that litter the coastline up here. But you are all at sea for the better part of. You are all at sea. As we zoom way in here, and so I can kind of give everybody an idea of where we're at. Boom, over here. You're at sea when you get to here for the better part of several days. The weather's been mostly clear, and the journey thus far has been fairly uneventful.
Every morning, Shango is going to go up to the bow and just stand there for like 10, 15 minutes. If people come by, they can see him mouthing and muttering a couple words.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask, what is everyone, over the course of the last few days, what's everyone been up to, if anything?
That's a good question.
I've also been with Shango, just keeping an eye out for things just in case, and doing anything he asked of her. If you need anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back at that book.
Okay. Which book was that? I'm sorry, which book was that? Or Dan? Oh, it was the
Enchanting 101.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, you've had a lot of you've actually had quite a bit of undisturbed time while you've been at sea to get into it, and you've actually been able to put a pretty, to dig into a pretty big chunk of that book. You've been able to, you're pretty happy with how much progress you've made in it. You're probably more than halfway through it, and it's a big, thick book. It's like New York City phone book.
Jeez, it's freaking thick.
It is. It could technically be used as a bludgeoning weapon, probably.
Throw the book
I
out!
will keep that in mind.
Noxus. Is it obvious?
Is it obvious what kind of book it is? That it is?
I mean, there's not like a title on it. So I don't know. You'd probably have to ask him, or like if he leaves it out and you can start reading a little bit of it, you'd be able to figure it out pretty quick. But
yeah, no, I was just thinking if it has like the cover art, just like it says Enchanting.
No, it's just it's just a leather bound book. There's not like a title on it. It just says arcane instruction on along the spine. I mean, there's some other smaller print, but you're never close enough to be able to read like the smaller print.
Well, we've seen the arcane instructions. Then at some point during the reading, I'm just going to walk up and ask. An interesting read you got?
Oh yes, very much so.
Trying to learn more.
Trying to learn a little bit to do some things with my hands. Trying to learn more about this whole power I've obtained overnight.
It's always good. Does it prove useful?
It's an interesting book. I don't know if it's useful yet. We'll see.
Well, it's one of the only times I've come across actually written instructions for the arcane.
Oh, really? Well, I'll let you read it after I'm done with it.
That would be most appreciated.
Oh yeah, no problem, mate.
Most of my training has been only verbal and in person.
Well, this is the first thing I got my hands on, so.
Where did you find it?
I had a why can't I remember the name? Had in a sorcery store of sort. It had a bunch of.
What are you trying to think of?
There, I got it. Never mind.
Okay.
I purchased at Gilmer's Glorious Goods in Amon.
In Amon. Interesting.
Is it in this universe?
Yes. Yep.
Perfect. Yeah, I asked the lady at the front desk if she knew anything about sorcery and all this stuff and how I can learn more. Book at me and told me to leave.
Interesting. Hopefully our travels will lead us back to Amon at some point.
I would love to see him again.
I'm curious to see this Gilmore's Glorious something.
Goods, my lord?
Yes.
I believe goods.
Goods. Thank you, Katanas.
What's Noxus and Father Fike up to? And or
I'll let Noxus go first.
So pretty much just chilling for at least 2 hours. Noxus basically goes, fuck this, and he goes downstairs and tries and find the current bowsman, and he says, "Oi, you the bowsman?"
The bosun?
Bosun.
That word.
Boatswain.
The boatswain.
Bowswain.
The bosun wouldn't be below deck. He would be.
Well, I go looking for him.
He'd be on the deck. It would be this gentleman right here, actually.
Yeah, I walk up to him.
You walk up to him and says, "Aye, who's asking?"
And Noxus points at himself and says, "I am. Put me to work. I'm so fucking bored."
He kind of looks you up and down. Looks up at the captain. The captain kind of nods and he says, he kind of looks around the deck trying to find something to do. And he goes, he hands you a it's like a what's it called? Like an oil. And he says, the cannons need cleaning.
I grab it. Well, it's better than sitting and doing nothing. All right. So he goes off and he starts to clean.
Yeah,
the
it looks like
cannon.
it looks like he was looking around, genuinely trying to find a job for you to do that's not cleaning because you're like the guest. But that was literally all he could find. Like everyone else is already doing stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, he pretty much realized that. Fuck. Well, it's better than sitting down doing nothing. So he goes and cleans them, and once he's done, he comes back, and this is probably like days on. He goes back to the bosun and basically he says, I was a bosun, so whatever work you need done, I can do anything. So just I don't want to sit here and do nothing. So he just goes back and forth to him doing jobs and helping out where needed. So he's bored.
All right. Seo or Fike? You guys up
Father
to?
Fike is literally doing nothing.
Oh, I
He
just put
is-
down that he was trying to fish whenever the wind wasn't blowing.
Whenever the wind isn't blowing?
Yeah, whenever the wind's not picking up in the sails, he's just trying to fish a little bit.
Well, when you're out at sea, the wind's kind of always blowing. And they never really stop moving. They have like a day shift and a night shift even, so that the ship can go travel through the night. It's making pretty good speed. But you can like the captain allows you if you want to fish it troll off the back if you want. Do you have a fishing pole?
Oh, no.
You could have bought one back at town, probably.
I got a javelin I could tie a rope to.
I guarantee you could have purchased one back in town. There's actually
Javelin.
I think it's just a
fishing,
javelin with like a rope hanging off of it.
fishing tackle, fishing tackle, 1 gold piece, and you can get fishing pole set up.
All right.
All right. So yeah, so you got a brand new fancy fishing pole.
Sweet.
So you want to troll off the back?
Yeah.
All right, make a wisdom check, I guess. Why not?
while he's doing that, Father Fike has taken 2 ration tins and is just pointing him towards his face and is laying on the most inconvenient, like one of the most inconvenient spots on the boat and just tanning.
Wow.
Okay. Okay.
Not to be in anyone's way, but just enough where they have to sidestep around him.
Yeah. Like maybe you're like lounging on these crates over here.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Just-
And every once in a while when you look up, you can see Noxus running around doing menial labor.
Thomas just one point looks over at Shango and like, I believe the sun hath gotten to him, my lord. Perhaps the sea.
That might very well be.
Me doth think you protest too much.
Say, you got a wisdom check for me, buddy?
He's not in.
He's not.
He's
in
not in
the-
roll 20.
Yeah, your internet on me right now.
What's that?
The internet out on me right now.
All right, I'll make it for you. Let's see here. Wisdom 11. So, Sayo, the first couple days go by, and you don't even get so much as a nibble. And like the 3rd or 4th day comes along, and you even get to the point where you're starting to question whether there's anything even worth catching in here. And you finally get a bite. And then I'm gonna need an athletics check. If you're, I don't think you're in there though still. So because you got an 11 on the. Sorry, you probably don't need it. And athletics. Oh, you got a decent athletics. 16.
Yay.
So over the next couple hours, you fight and fight and fight and fight, but eventually you're able to pull in this giant like North Atlantic cod type fish. It's massive, and the cook offers to clean it for you and serve it with the next meal if you'd like.
That would be great.
You kind of plop it into his arms and he kind of. I mean, this thing's big. This thing's like probably like a 20-pound fish. It's a big old boy. And then, but yeah, you're able to, he takes it away to start scaling it and cleaning it, and getting it ready for the midday meal, as the sun starts getting high in the high sky. So as you all are, yeah, excellent. Shango's up at the front of the place doing his thing. Seo.
At least in the mornings.
Yeah, Seo's in the back fishing over there. There you go.
Is the captain the one steering? Or is that a different person?
I would like everyone to make perception checks.
Da-da-da.
Dum,
Bum,
dum,
bum,
dum.
bum.
Fucking Noxus.
Coming in clutch.
You know.
Oh, Cortanus, you're distracted.
Fuck.
Shango's hair is blowing in the wind. And
Yeah.
the cape is billowing.
Yes. My character in my Monday Night Spelljammer campaign that I'm playing, he's a Oath of Devotion paladin, and
He's a cloak of billowing, huh?
Oh, absolutely, he has a cloak of billowing.
Ah, nice.
Um,
Favorite item right there.
yeah, he absolutely has a cloak of billowing, and he is he's like a mix of Thor and Errol Flynn. Yeah, like Chris Pine or Chris Hemsworth's Thor and Errol Flynn, and Robin Hood. So Noxus, because you rolled a natural 20, and Erdan, pretty much everybody except Cortanus. You begin the wind is so overpowering while you're out at sea, but because you guys succeeded on your perception check to hear this, all of you, I need to make. I need you all. You begin to hear something on the wind, and you're having trouble making it out at first. But Noxus, you're the first one to pick it out. It sounds like singing.
Of course. Oh, shit.
In my travels, would I have ever experienced something like this?
Make a history check.
Fuck, my worst one.
History. Yeah. History. Why not? 15.
Not bad.
You begin to remember something about creatures that sing and lure sailors to their death, but before you can get a word out, I need everyone but Cortanus and several of the crew to make wisdom saving throws.
Yeah, I fucking
no.
failed. All right, I'm going in the water.
Yeah,
That nat
Shango.
20.
Woo! I'm fucked.
Oh my lord.
This is the one time I'm very glad that I rolled terribly.
The one good time you had a poor perception check.
Oh Jesus!
My band literally just made a song about mermaids and sirens. It's great.
Well, apparently all of Captain Nadine's sailors suck at wisdom, because they all just rolled like shit. So for those of you who rolled 11,
Ooh. Uh-oh.
there's the magical melody that you hear. That beautiful woman's voice comes over your. Ah, ah,
Sing it, sister.
almost lulling you to well, charmed. You become charmed by the creature that is singing. While charmed by the creature, you are incapacitated. So I need everyone to go ahead and pull out their tokens, as well as everyone to roll initiative as swooping down
Oh, fuck
out of the
harpies.
alabaster sierras.
Interesting. I didn't know that they could.
They are native to this land.
Interesting.
Oh.
This kind of.
They are native to this land. A bunch of harpies come flying down. So Erdan, you are. Fuck. Why did everything turn yellow?
Yes, I am fucked. You were right.
That was me. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Where is it? There we are. So wisdom saves. So Erdan, Noxus, Erdan and Noxus, right? That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Erdan and Noxus are incapacitated. You see them just kind of like standing there stupefied, as well as a great portion of the crew standing there stupefied. Initiative.
Fucking harpies.
I suddenly regret tanning.
At least you look fabulous for this.
Yes, but I do not have my armor on. Because my AC is down.
All right, Cortanus. You, as the harpies swoop in, actually do hear the song now,
Oh, damn
but and you brace for having it affect you, but for some reason, it just does nothing to you.
It does not.
it. This is also the song we wrote. Also, like, what the fuck do sirens and mermaids do? And it's like women sailors and queer sailors. That's literally the entire song.
Foiled again.
So it's your turn, Cortanus.
Okay. Well, she's gonna stay by Shango to protect him. She's gonna hold her action. If one of these gets closer to either of them, she's gonna attack it.
All right. All right. I guess that ends your turn. Fike.
All right. Halt the sail. Is my equipment near me at all?
I would imagine so.
All right. I'll just take my short bow out and I'll just aim to the. I guess the one's my north by northwest.
This one.
Yeah, that one.
All right. You pull out your short bow and fire. Unfortunately, a 10 will just barely miss.
Oh, all right.
As the arrow goes,
Barely.
and you hear plunk as it splashes into the sea off the deck.
That's cool.
I know.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
I'm just going to ready the symbol of Saren Ray.
Okay.
That's it.
Sayao,
Yeah.
you are up, sir.
Okay.
You're on the back of the ship. You just hauled in your fish. And you look around, and you see a bunch of the crewmen are all just standing around, staring off into space. Captain Nadine is shouting out orders, but no one seems to be following them. And you see a couple of your buddies are also stupefied as these heinous-looking female bird-like creatures with huge talons on their feet come swooping in out of the skyline.
Okay, and none of them actually got on board yet, right?
Not yet. No, they're all flying just off the ship.
Okay. I guess now would be a good time to try out the glove.
Sure. Absolutely. So you yank on the glove and hold it up as the three opals in it glow, and three bolts of fiery energy come streaking forth from the opals. It looks like a Daft Punk concert in here. And you get to make 3 separate attack rolls, all with +5 modifiers. You can send the targets at different harpies or all at one or whatever you want.
Probably gonna try and toast this one right here.
All 3 of them?
Yeah.
All right, so make 3 attack rolls with a +5 modifier.
Is it Scorching Ray? Because I think I have it.
Yeah, it's Scorching Ray. But it's a built-in modifier for the glove. It's not your modifier. So it's actually only +5, not +8.
Not 20,
Because
15, 11.
Yeah, so they all hit, including the natural 20. So you'll actually roll 8d6, or we'll just roll the damage for this. I'm assuming it's this one right here, right? Yeah. So go ahead and roll damage.
Sorry, you said all of them hit or just?
Yeah, they all hit.
$16, $19, 25 total.
25 points of damage.
Of damage.
Nice.
So these 3 blasts of fiery energy drill into the harpy, and she screeches with pain as you see these scorch marks and appear across her body. And the one that kind of hit her in the center of her wing, you see there's actually like a nickel-sized hole in her wing right now, as it went straight through. But that is your action, sir. Well done. She's looking pretty rough, but she's still flying.
Yeah. That'll be it.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, that brings us to the crew. So, all right. So the crew spends their turn just looking around, stupefied, and then they get to make saves. Jesus Christ! All right, there's one. All right. So you watch as a couple of guys, including the bosun, kind of snap out of it. But that's the end of their turn. Noxus, you are currently stupefied. You're just like completely entranced by this beautiful melody that you hear, and it's almost like your vision goes blank. The only thing you want to concentrate on, and you want to put all of your effort, ignoring all of your other senses, is just to listen to this beautiful melody. But you can, at the end of your turn, go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw. 15. However, at the end of your turn, to kind of like shake your head a little bit and fight through it, and you're able to shake off the effects. And you look around, you see a lot of the crew still stupefied, but you look up and you see these, what you now recognize, like, obviously, yes, harpies. They come like soaring, wings wide open, coming soaring out of the glare of the sunlight, with their talons outstretched, coming in to make attacks. But that's the end of your turn.
Mhm.
You can hear Captain Nadine is shouting out orders, and as some of her crew start to come to, they start to follow the orders and try to go man certain things. Some of them pull out crossbows to try and join the fray. That brings us to the harpies, though. This harpy is going to swoop in towards you, Seao. With her claws outstretched, and she is going to try and get you, but she misses. This one is going to swoop in on you, Seao, as well. And that's a natural one. So she just like bangs into some of the rope, the rigging, and almost like clotheslines herself off of it a little bit. You hear like a screech, like a sound, as her song kind of breaks for a second. This one right here is going to swoop in on Erdan. And then instead of attacking Erdan, it's just going to wrap its talons around his shoulders as he is stupefied and unable to react. He's just going to wrap its talons around his shoulders, and begin to try and start taking off. He's really heavy and she's having trouble. So with the armor on, so this one's going to swoop in as well, and grab the other side, and together they're going to start moving Erdan off the ground. But he's not more than 5 feet off the ground. That's as much as they've been able to do. And then lastly, this one's going to come swooping in here. This one's going to come swooping in on this guy.
Toss is attacking that one.
Yep. Go ahead and make your attacks, Cortanus.
Yep.
Your 2 attacks. Oh, your 1 attack, sorry.
Yeah, I can't hold a bonus action, can I?
Yeah. Nope.
Okay, well.
22 definitively hits.
Boom!
For
and
10
marking the
points
fuck
of
out of
slashing.
it.
For 10 points of slashing damage. It notices that you're unaffected by the song, so that's why it comes in streaking towards you. As it gets in close enough, you swing with your sword and get a big gash across its chest, but yeah, its talons are just they rake across your shoulders, but it just hits mostly armor, and you are unaffected. Um,
Blocking it with the other blade.
yeah, the other guy, that one's going after the guy who's coming to over on the ballista, and these harpies just can't hit the broadside of a barn, and they're just apparently picked the wrong target, or they're just having an off day. I don't know what, but Erdan, you spend your turn being stupefied from this music, but at the end you can make another wisdom saving throw at the end of your turn.
I'll make that now.
Yeah. 10. Unfortunately,
Oh,
Oh my god.
that's you just missed. You needed an 11. But unfortunately, yeah, you're just this song and this melody is just too beautiful for you to pay attention to
this is
anything
jam.
else. This is your jam. But that is the end of your turn. Shango.
Do I notice Erdan being pegged up, or is he too far away?
Make a perception check.
Perception.
Yeah, you see as that first one, the first thing your attention is drawn to is swooping in towards you and Cortanis, but as you see she handles it and intercepts it, you start looking around to see what else is going on, and you're able to look past all the chaos on the deck, and you notice Erdan's body begin to rise above everybody else's as he's about 5 feet off the ground now, being lifted by these two foul-looking creatures.
All right. Second question: are these just for show? These where's my pingy? These crates. So can I go straight through them?
Nope. They are there, so you cannot go through them.
So,
You can go around them, or you can go. But
yeah.
I mean, you could try to go through them if you wanted. Just like lower your shoulder and go.
Yeah, no.
Smash through them, but
that's not really a thing that Shango does.
that's not Shango's bag.
He's not really the smashing kind of person.
He's not the Hulk.
Why are they so far away? Gosh.
It's a big ship.
Yeah. Okay. 60 shit. Let me check something real quick. Sorry, I just need to check the range on. Come on. Sorry for the delay. Also 6 feet. Darn it. Okay, then what we're gonna do is. Oh no, I lost my tab window. All right, I'm gonna start running down, and then action dash to make my way all the way down here.
Okay.
To be able to get into range. Did I make that right?
You actually got another 5 feet.
Oh, cool. To be able to get quick enough, and then I guess I have to quicken the spell so I can cast it as a bonus action, and I'm gonna quicken Witch Bolt, why not?
Witch Bolt?
On this one.
On that one? Alright. Make your attack roll, sir. 12 does hit, believe it or not. They are not very hard to hit. So go ahead and roll damage for 2 points.
Oh my god, this damage rolls
of lightning damage.
Well, it's something.
As it kind of reacts to your little static shock, but it's not enough to have it drop Erdan or anything.
Well,
That ends your turn, Shango.
Yep.
Cortanas, you're up.
and the
All
tent
right.
was made.
Just gonna wail on this thing in front of me. Keep it distracted.
24 definitely hits.
Ugh.
The natural 1, however,
Yeah.
does not. So the 24 hits for 8 points of damage.
Yeah.
Nicely
But
done.
she'll at least move around, get on this side of it.
However, well, before you do, actually, with the natural 1, your offhand comes arcing through. The harpy totally jumps out of the way, and it embeds itself into a part of the wood of the ship. And I need you to make a strength check to try and wedge it out before you can move.
Okay. So like athletics?
Strength, straight strength.
Just straight strength. Okay.
Just strength. 9. Unfortunately, it won't come free. So if you want to move, you're gonna have to leave it.
Oh. No, not at the moment.
All
Can't do
right.
that.
So you have to you use the rest of your movement to get it out, but essentially that ends your turn.
Okay.
So you're able to get it out, but you can't move. But that ends your turn. Fike.
All right, I'm gonna make my way towards one of these. The one to the right.
Okay.
It's up in the air though, right?
Yeah.
No.
No.
No, they are. They're 5 feet in the air.
Oh, all right.
I was like, who said no? I'm the one who says.
I did.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I am going to run up the stairs to where the helm is,
Uh huh.
and I'm going to leap off the table onto the harpy.
Oh. All
Well,
right.
bonus action to dash.
Yeah, bonus
Go ahead,
action
my
to
movement.
dash, cunning action to dash. You run up to here. You jump off at the harpy. Make an athletics check to grapple the harpy versus
Fike's
its.
yeeting himself. Yeet!
An athletics check, sure.
15. Not bad. Let's see. It's gonna do the same. Yeah, no. So you jump off and full on just like form tackle around this thing's waist and grab it. It fully lets go of Erdan's one shoulder, who then begins to dangle from the one harpy, who is now struggling to stay aloft while holding Erdan. As you begin to ride that one harpy to the ground, as it can't support both weight. And I would like you to roll a d6 damage as you ride it straight to the deck and land on top of it. 3 points of damage as you guys end up over here. You riding that thing right to the ground. And you are now like have it pinned to the ground on top of it with Saren Ray's holy symbol out.
Yep.
That ends your turn.
Yep.
However, bringing us to Seao.
Shango gives an impressed and improving nod.
I'm gonna swing it with the war pick. Yeah, that guy.
Okay.
Are they genderless? Did I assume gender?
They do appear to be female. Yeah.
Damn it!
Natural 1. So you
Oh no.
swing at it, and it's able to just it bats its wings once, and is able to back away. You just missed you didn't measure it right, and you just miss as it goes swinging around, and you almost lose your balance a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna.
Anything else?
No, I got nothing else.
Nothing else. All right. That ends your turn, bringing us to the crew. this one crew member here who is now come to is going to pull out his short sword and going to try and stab at the harpy, like, oh, fucking harpies. He hits. He stabs the harpy for a measly 3 points of damage. And he is trying to. He's going to move around like this. He's trying to get this thing away from the ballista so he can use it. This guy up here is going to turn around and fire his crossbow at the one harpy engaged with you, Sao. And he rolls a natural 1 as the crossbow bolt goes just like whizzing right under your Sao.
One of those
Doesn't
nights.
hit you. And the other guys. There we go. There we go. Here we go, guys. Yeah, there we go. The rest of them are able to come out of their stupor.
Go team.
But that is the end of their turn. Nadine is finally starting to get some control back to the ship. She was basically trying to have to drive this ship as one person for the last several seconds, which is not an easy thing to do with a ship this size. But her guys are starting to come to. She's yelling to them to some of them to arm themselves and start fighting. Other ones she's telling to other nautical orders that none of you really understand. But that ends their turn, bringing us to Noxus. Noxus? I think you're muted, buddy. You may be.
No, I'm not muted.
Oh.
I'm just. So you said this harpy over here can't hold Erdan's weight, correct?
Looks like we haven't gotten to her turn yet, but it looks like she's struggling to maintain what little altitude she has.
Okay, I figured that was the case when you said that. Can I see what's going on over here with this guy and this harpy?
Sure.
What's going on over there?
He's squaring off with this harpy. He's got his short sword drawn, and he's trying to like stab around the ballista, but also trying to use it as a defense mechanism to keep it between him and her.
Okay, so he's fine then. So
I mean, he's not fine. He's trying to fight off a harpy.
Right. Yeah. But he's got something between him and the harpy. But
I mean, he seems like a capable sailor, but Yeah.
From what I see it looks like Erdan and Sayao are more in dire straits. I'm gonna follow Shango's lead, and actually, you know what? No, I'm just gonna use a bonus action to cast Hex on this harpy.
Okay.
And I am going to Eldritch Blast
Hex.
Eldritch Blast it.
Eldritch Blast. All right, so we'll do purple for your hex. So you hold out your hand and you watch as some what little shadow energy there is around the creature begin to like cling to it. What does it have disadvantage on? What kind of checks?
Let's go with. I mean, I guess we'll go with dexterity.
Dexterity? All right. And then you fire off an Eldritch Blast at it.
Eldritch Blast.
16 hits for roll your extra d6 for Hex. So total of 10 points of damage. Boof! As you hit it, it's already struggling to keep Erdan in the air, and it drops him. So Erdan, you don't get hurt. It's only like you only fall like 4 feet. But you make an acrobatics check. No, because you're completely incapacitated, so you just fall flat on your ass. But the harpy starts to get back up, but it takes the damage, and it looks upset with you. Does that I believe that unless you'd like to move, I believe that's going to end your turn, Noxus. Yes.
You know, I kind of like where I'm at. I'm in a pretty good advantage right now, so I think I'm gonna stay right where I'm at.
All right. That brings us to the harpies. All right, these two harpies over here are going to attack you more, Sao. What's your AC? Sao? What's your AC? 15. So that misses you. The other one, oh, that hits you. You suffer 2, 6. 7 points of slashing damage. As its claws are across your back.
My bad.
No worries. And then this one's going to try and break free from your grapple, Fike. So go ahead. You can make another athletics check as it tries to break free of your grapple. 12. Nope. I rolled a 2. It tries to break free from your grasp, but you're able to keep it pinned to the floor. This one is going to swoop towards Shango. That is a 17 to hit.
Hits.
Oh, hell to the no.
3. You take 7 points of slashing damage as it rakes its claws against your chest. And I need you to make a concentration check.
It's Constitution save, right?
Yes. 11. So you are able to maintain concentration on the Witch Bolt. But that ends its turn. This one is going to try and rake its claws against you, Cortanus. That's probably, I don't know, that's a 22 to hit.
Yeah.
I rolled a natural 19. That's 2, 3, 4 points of slashing damage. And then this one is going to try and it's a natural 1. So as she goes to throw her talons out towards him, he spins the ballista around and it slaps her in the back of the head. And she takes 3 points of damage from that because of her natural 1, and also is unable to continue her attack. You're a badass, nameless NPC.
You go.
You go, nameless NPC.
That's Glen Coco now.
Yeah, Glen Coco, that's his name. He's the new Von Trapp.
Coco.
He's the new Von Trapp. That ends the Harpy's turn. Erdan, I'm going to let you make your saving throw this time with advantage because you just got dropped. So, Erdan, it's at the end of your turn. You spend your turn being stupefied from the song. I need you to make another wisdom saving throw, but this time with advantage. 19, yes. So you are able to, from the harsh impact onto the floor, you are able to, jostle. You shake your head, and you get your bearings around you, and you look around. Yeah, and you look around and see the situation. Apparently, fucking harpies again.
Fucking harpies.
This is probably not the first time you've had to deal with harpies in your career as a sailor. They love to harass the trade routes in the other seas, especially where there's mountains next to the sea. That is their favored hunting grounds. But that's the end of your turn. But your next turn, you'll be able to do stuff. Shango.
All right. First of all, I'm gonna actually drop the Witch Bolt and cast Shocking Grasp on the one right in front of me.
Ooh. All right,
Yeah.
make your attack. Oh, 16 definitely hits, yeah. For 4 points of lightning damage.
And then I shall make my sweet escape.
Yeah, because it can't attack you because Shocking Grasp.
Yep. Towards my savior katanas.
Working on it.
That ends your turn, Shango?
Yep.
All right. Well played, sir. You grab the harpy by the ankle and give it a little zzz, and while it's convulsing there from the shock, you use that opportunity to dart away.
Yeah. It's like the sparks like start flying from my bracelet basically over.
Yeah. Bring us back to the top of the order. Cortanas.
All right. She's glaring daggers at this one after having to yank her sword out of the thing. I'm like, thou artless, beef-witted harpy! And she's going to...
It's like, yeah, I'm a harpy. That is a true statement. 20 definitely hits.
Yep. And she's
for 10
going
points
to
of slashing.
go around to the other side and slash at its other side with the offhand.
13 actually hits. These things, again, are not very hard to for 19 points of total damage. That
How
is
is this
nothing.
thing doing?
It's looking super duper bloody.
Then action surge.
Okay. It's bleeding pretty profusely. Most of its feathers are matted with blood. 14 also hits for another 11 points of damage. And as you make that third strike, it lets out a cry and falls flat onto the deck of the ship with a loud thwap sound, and its wings flail out to the sides.
Yeah, she's just
no
kicking
longer
it back and then continuing forward to get rest of her
You
movement.
Goodfellas kick it like a few times.
No, just kicking it back away from her and then going over to stay between Shango and the other one.
Like, motherfucker.
More like Sparta kind of bit and then get the hell out.
Yeah. Nice. All right. That ends your turn. Yes?
Yep.
Fike. You're in a pretty advantageous position at the moment. What with this thing? I think you're muted, bud. Still can't hear you. There you go. There we are.
All right. I need a new mic. All right.
No worries.
I will use that advantageous position to take my holy symbol of Saren Ray and flick the mechanism that draws the blade out of it, and just quietly whisper, "Saren Ray sends a regards," and slashy.
All right, so because it's prone on the ground and you've got it pinned, you have advantage on the attack, which means that if you hit, you'll get sneak attack. So roll again. You never know, you might crit. Father? Sam actually did that on Critical Role, if you guys remember. Thou brawls have disturbed our sport. I love you not, therefore pursue me not.
Legit.
Father Fike, Father Fike. Where have
He
you
disappeared.
I thought that was like a Spider-Man thing. Like Father Fike, Father Fike.
gone?
Does whatever
Okay.
a father fight can.
It's apparently like
Can we
tackling
swing
harpies.
from a web? No, we
Yes.
can't. Look out! Here comes Father
Guys,
Fike.
he's in darkness right now, and you guys are making Spider-Man songs. He needs help.
He's gonna be okay.
He's typing.
He's typing.
He is typing
Send
in the
help!
Discord. Forgive me, Father Fike. Father Fry.
That's what
He's
we're gonna
probably
get.
angry typing at us for doing the song, the Spider-Man
Yeah.
song.
He can probably hear us, but we can't
Yeah.
hear him.
I still see him smiling at me on roll 20. So
His screen went
Internet
black for
being a-
me.
Oh
it
no,
says
internet.
being a piece of crap.
Feel free to move on.
Piece of shit. We can say
Alright,
piece of shit. This
well-
is my stream.
I will roll here. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna roll his second attack, or his advantaged attack, just to see if he crits, because you never know. He does not crit, but he does hit.
Twice,
So
even.
it does. Well, not twice, but so it does with the sneak attack damage and the piercing damage. He does 10 points of damage to the harpy, who shrieks out in pain. And as you pull the dagger out, you watch as a big gout of blood kind of seeps out onto the soaks into the wood of the ship. I think that will take us to Sao.
Real quick, two weapon fighting, like you could do it with a light weapon. Right?
Sorry?
You can wield a light weapon. Your offhand.
If you don't have, do you have the dual wielding fighting style?
Yeah.
The 2-weapon fighting style? You do? No,
No, he does not.
you do not. So you can still dual wield, but it means that both weapons have to have the light property.
yeah, and isn't it the feat, the dual wielder feat, that lets you do non-light weapons?
Yes.
Yeah, and then the dual wield fighting style, I think, lets you do the damage addition of your strength to damage.
Yeah. Yeah. If the fighting style allows you modifier to your offhand damage rolls. The feat gives you the ability to use in both hands weapons that are not light, and it also gives you a bonus to AC and
Right.
other things.
Right.
Yeah,
But,
the war pick is not light or finesse.
No, so you could not dual wield with the war pick.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just. Same goal.
20 definitely hits for 5 points of damage.
Picks are dope.
So you whack, and the one harpy upside the head, the one that you hit with scorching rays, that one's looking pretty rough, and is looking like it's having trouble keeping altitude.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, that brings us to the crew. With the rest of the crew being awake, this guy right here is going to turn the ballista to try and fire it at this harpy. That big ass ballista. Ooh, he definitely hits. I'm gonna because Erdan hasn't been able to do anything this whole fight. We're gonna let Erdan roll the damage for the
Roll
ballista.
ballista.
So
What
hold
would that
on.
be?
I am looking that up right now. Hold on.
5d20.
I don't know if it's that.
He's gonna do the most damage out of everything.
Oh jeez.
Don't even lie.
That's the only good roll I'm gonna have tonight. Deal. I'll do it. I'm down
Two
for that.
D12.
14d12. That's
How
what
do
I
you spell
want.
ballista again? B-A-L-L?
Yeah, I think it's LL.
Yeah.
Ballista. Roll 3d10.
Yeah, close
Watch
enough.
them all be natural ones. That would suck.
Why would you jinx him like that? Come on.
How dare
16. 16 points of damage. Nice. Um,
Did everybody hear my cool line, or did I cut out?
you cut out, buddy. Sorry.
Oh.
Say it now.
Samurai sends our gods. That's it.
Oh, we did hear that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah,
You did 10 points of damage with sneak attack because I rolled poorly for you. I apologize.
that's all
Um,
good.
So the big ballista fires, and the harpy is just barely able to dodge out of the way, but it drills her in the shin and almost takes off her left foot. And she shrieks out in horror and pain. Let's see here. These guys are going to charge this one. This guy's also going to charge that one. The bosun. They all make attacks that hit, and hit. She suffers 7,
Go team.
6, and another 14, 20 points of damage from those three guys beating up on her. She looks very rough. This one is gonna run over like this. This one's gonna run up there like that. This one's gonna swing on that one with advantage because you still got it pinned to the ground, Fike. And that's good. That's better. So she takes an additional 5 points of damage. And lastly, this one comes running up on that one. He rolls a natural 1 and totally eats shit and just full on face first. And like as you see him come up, he's pulling like splinters out of his cheek. Yeah, that did not go well for him. But that brings us to you watch also as Captain Nadine reaches under, like behind the wheel, under that little desk, and you watch as she pulls out a hand crossbow, and she turns around and is going to fire at this one that you're fighting with, Sayao. Ooh, that's really good. She does. Oh, what shit rolls? So that's 10 points of damage. You watch as a crossbow bolt just disappears into the throat of the harpy, who instantly stops singing and sinks to the ground. That one falls to the ground dead. As Nadine quickly reloads the crossbow and puts her hand back on the other hand back on the wheel. That ends her
Really badass.
Noxus. Yeah, she's a bit of a badass. That's pretty much what she looks like too, except change her hair color to shock white.
Did she just literally do a drive-by, kind of?
I
mean, it's
well,
all the
not
same
really
shit,
because not really because the thing she shot was on her mode of transportation.
It's a sail by.
Yeah, it's a sail.
She's driving though.
Yeah. But that ends. So we're on Noxus' turn. Noxus, I think you're muted. But
Gosh dang it.
don't worry about it. Everybody
let's
does
see.
it.
Well, I'm gonna try and kill this one, and then if I kill it, I'm gonna move my my hex over to that one. So let's Eldritch blast that one.
All right. Sayor salutes at her. Thanks, Captain. 12 actually hits for 5 points of force damage. So you release your Eldritch Blast energy. What does it look like when you cast Eldritch Blast?
So when I cast Eldritch, how do you say it?
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Trying to find me, Captain.
I know you already have it, Cortanus, but you can hand out inspiration to somebody else. So give inspiration to somebody.
Oh my god. I gotta give it to Shango just because.
That's fucking hilarious, though. Sorry, go ahead, Noxus.
So basically, what it's definitely black from his hand, but
Ooh.
there is an outline, and you can see that there's a very definitive outline of red.
Is it like a white outline to like the black inside? I love that. That's awesome. So it's like it's like a negative energy that shoots across, hits it,
Yep.
And it just drills the harpy in the chest and just leaves like a softball-sized hole in its chest that you can see through as it falls to the ground, no longer moving.
And then with my bonus action, I want to move my hex to that harpy.
All right, you do so.
And then it has also dexterity.
Dexterity?
Yeah.
All right. Disadvantage on dexterity checks.
Yep.
Which is probably not going to be helpful for it when it's trying to escape from being grappled by Fike.
Mm-hmm.
That ends your turn unless you'd like to move.
You know what? I do want to move, but
Okay.
I'm gonna move. Let's see. I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20. So we'll say I move like right about there. That's about 20 feet, right? 20.
Yeah, sure. All right, that ends your turn, bringing us to the harpies. All right, this one is going to use its action to disengage from you, Seiyao, and it's going to fly. It's looking around. It's not liking its odds so much anymore. And it is going to fly off the map, 40-foot fly speed. Same with this one. It disappears off the map, 40-foot fly speed, running away. This one is going to try and get away from you, Fike. So you got to make another athletics check to keep it pinned.
Oh, it's
Well,
nice.
it's got to make it's going to disadvantage acrobatics check to try and. That's pretty shitty.
You're
Yeah,
staying.
5. Nope. You got it. Just like it's not going anywhere.
Very strong.
Yeah. Yeah, with your massive +1. But yeah, that one's not going anywhere. That ends the harpy's turn. Erdan, one of those harpies that had you like all stupefied and was trying to fly away from you, is completely pinned to the ground by Fike.
I'm gonna stand up.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Walk over here. Be like, Father, do you want to mercy kill this one?
Just fucking do it! I'm just holding onto the back of the wings. Just
Yeah,
stop.
it's still struggling, trying to get away. Fucking kill it!
Okay.
Bash it! Just
I'm gonna just take my hammer, put my shield away, and just double hand it.
All right, you got advantage because it's prone and it's being pinned to the ground by Fike.
you were being helped.
Oh my lord.
So you have advantage. 12 still hits. It's not very hard to hit. So you hit. Roll damage.
This is... Oh, weird. It's not rolling my damage.
Really?
Yeah, I can't.
There you go.
There we go.
5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Weird.
So
Highlight it.
poof. Boom! You drill it right on one of its wings, and you hear a bunch of bones crunch, and its wing kind of starts like flapping and flailing. You think it might not be very useful to it anymore, but it's that's your action. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's it.
All right, Shango.
Yay! So the only one that's left is down here, right? Okay.
Well, I mean, you can still see the ones that are flying away. They haven't
but
disappeared into the glare. You've heard
but
the sailors refer to it enough now that they have a name for it.
Yeah,
It hasn't disappeared into the glare yet.
but they're too far because they're like this one is off the map somewhere.
Yeah, Yep.
somewhere over here.
It's about like another 20 feet from that point right there. So like it's probably like 70 to 80 feet away from you.
Oh, cool. So that's within range then. So then I'm gonna waddle over here next to this guy, which should get me within 60 feet.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right? Yeah. And I should also be just to double check. Yeah. All right. So then I waddle over here, stretch out both hands, like one to my right, one straight ahead, to cast Ray of Frost, twinning it.
Okay.
So one for the far away, and then one for the one down by Father Fike.
So that one would be at disadvantage because it's prone and it's a ranged attack.
You do have inspiration, though, if you want to negate that.
You do have inspiration if you want to negate it. But the other one would just be a straight roll.
All right. Can I decide on that in... Okay. Let's do the straight roll first.
All right.
Where is it? Ray Frost.
That
And
definitely hits.
Let's do... Sure. I'll just use the inspiration right away to say a straight roll for the other one.
Okay. That definitely hits. Roll damage for both.
Cool. First one... Ugh. Did I also mistype this, or did I just roll shit? Just roll shit.
All right. Seeing you watch as the ray of frost hits the harpy that you've got held down. It is still struggling and still fighting you, Fike. It is desperate to get away. And you hit the other one, and you watch as it kind of it freezes up its wing a little bit. So it slows it down, but it's still flying away.
Still going.
Yep. That ends your turn, Shango.
Yeah.
Cortanus.
All right. I guess if I can still see the one trying to get away that Shango shot at, I've got a longbow. So.
Yeah, it's still trying to fly away.
Yep. So then she will sheath both blades, take off a longbow, knock an arrow, and fire.
Thwing, thwing. 23 hits for 5 points of damage. You watch as it gets back, but it is still flying away.
Goatish fly-bitten gigglers.
That ends your turn, Cortanus?
Yeah, well, at least get closer to the other one that's still around.
Okay. Fike.
I would like to end this thing, please.
Sure. Go ahead and make your attack roll with advantage.
Thank you.
And if you hit, it'll be sneak attack. 23 definitively hits for 10 points of damage. You stab it again, shank it in almost the same exact spot, and as you pull the blade out, another huge gout of blood comes spilling out and soaking into the wooden deck. And its eyes begin to roll back into its head, but it is still alive somehow. Barely.
God damn it! I mash it with I just want to mash its face with my bonus action.
It's got like 3 hit points left. But that brings us to Sao.
Okay, I want to move over here.
Okay.
And okay, was the glove supposed to be like once a day or?
It's once a day. Yep.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna use the bow, a long bow.
All right.
Let's try to hit it.
Shoot it in the ankle.
Make your attack with disadvantage because it is prone. 17 hits. Roll damage. 5 points of damage. How do you want to do this?
You said it's prone?
Yep. Fike is holding it, pinned it to the ground.
I'm gonna try and jump up and shoot the shot and hit it between the eyes.
So you jump up over the stairs, release the shot, thwing, and it drills it right between the eyes. And as its head jerks from the violent hit of the arrow, Fike, it goes limp in your grasp and is no longer moving. As the captain yells out, "Is that the last of them?"
Taz is gonna peek up at the one flying away. Seems to be the case.
Yeah, the two that are still alive are bolting. They're dashing, double dashing, flying away, and they disappear into the glare.
He's gonna put the longbow back over her shoulder and walk over and hold out a hand for Fike to get up.
Much appreciated. And I'm going to quickly the blade into the symbol of the Everlight. And
Wait, so one got away?
Two got away.
Two got away.
Alright.
It was quite the feat.
Me?
Yes, tackling a harpy.
Making off with the nothing. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. I'm very strong, and I go fuck off and tan to where I was tanning before I was rudely interrupted.
Cortana just shakes her head and kind of like half smirks to herself, like, "Methinks the gentleman doth protest too much."
I want to hear that song.
Yeah,
song?
I heard it too.
You didn't hear that song? It was nice.
You heard the song, Cortanus. It just didn't seem to affect you.
I thought I didn't hear it first because I didn't perceive it.
Oh no, you eventually heard it, but it just didn't seem to affect you
Okay.
or the captain.
It was
Surprise.
it was quite disturbing. I was stupefied.
I suppose I heard it, but I did not have any troubles. It was simply music.
Is this something one encounters often on the sea?
Sounded good to me.
Would I be able to find like wax and cotton?
Make an investigation check. You look around for the next couple hours, but are only able to scrounge up enough like beeswax and stuff that's used for like a few things that you think might be safe to stick in your ears. Probably only enough for a few people, though.
Dang, you were determined.
So let's see.
Captain Nadine says, "Don't worry. I don't think there'll be any more of a problem."
Oh, well, you can't be too careful. Fucking around and doing what the bowsman asks of me.
Alright.
I was gonna go back over to Shango. Art thou alright, my lord?
Just a little scratched.
'Tis but a scratch!
My apologies.
No. You're fine. It was me running away from you.
I'm gonna pick my book back up off the ground,
Cool.
dust it off, and get back to reading.
Captain Sherman yells out to some of her crew, "Get that filth off of my deck!"
I'm standing right here.
Well, and a few of the crewmen start walking over and tossing the bodies of the dead harpies overboard.
Yeah, of course.
House quickly pulls out a piece of cloth or something like that and starts removing blood from her blades. With a disgusted look.
But eventually everything seems to settle back down. Things start to get back to normal. The crew gets back to their duties.
Duties.
The midday meal is brought. Some delicious, a delicious seafood chowder made with what the cook says, fish caught by your very own Sao. None of the crew were lost in the harpy attack, so good job, guys. You'll be getting bonus XP for that at the end of the night.
Yay, we didn't murder anybody!
We're not murder hobos. Good job, guys.
We do not expect the two harpies to return with reinforcements.
Captain Nadine doesn't think it should be a problem. She thinks that they came, they tested our strengths. They took a beating. They're probably not going to press their luck after losing that much of their clutch.
They came.
Seems to
they
be
saw,
her theory.
Let's
They got
certainly
put
hope
on their
not.
ass.
But
Is it nighttime yet?
no, I mean we're kind of back into travel time, so you guys have the rest of the day, and the captain says, barring any other interruptions, she should be getting you to the mouth of the sea cave entrance, probably by not tomorrow, but the day after.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do now is you guys can spend the rest of that time talking about how you guys are going to want to attack things or deal with things. And if you have any questions, you need to ask me about stuff you may remember or not. But yeah, you guys can use this for preparation time for whatever you guys want to try and pull off.
So we go to the war room.
No. Yeah.
One quick thing I'm gonna do, like right after the fight, basically, is go over to Adan and like clap him on his heavy armor and be like, "Well, it's quite useful. Maybe I need some of that."
Yeah, this is why I learned to bear the weight of it. It's the only strength I really have.
Did anyone get hurt?
Does Father Fike look like he's
Looks like he's what?
a lobster? Like, is he burnt red?
He's actually quite tan, considering he's grew up in Oman, so he's used to being on the ocean. He actually has a nice.
Yeah, it's
well.
it's weird. He's turning red, but it's more from like the cold exposure to his skin and the windburn than any sunburn.
Oh, so it's a windburn. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Answers
right.
question though, Katana's just shake her head. 'Tis nothing that shall not be dealt with shortly.
Come here. I
I have
just
no
kind
idea
of
what you just
lazy.
said.
Just let
Come
us know
here.
when you need to be flipped, mate.
Come here. I just lazily reach up my hand and distribute 5 points of healing through my very strong fingertips.
My very strong fingertips.
I
Only
didn't-
4.
I didn't
That's all I
expect-
get.
Look, I didn't expect to ride a harpy this game. Apparently, that was something. I'm not proficient in harpy
Nobody
riding.
expects to ride a harpy, to be fair.
Could I make a history check to like see if I remember anything story wise about like this like do I remember this to be a curse like for these pirates or do I
What
know
curse?
anything or like I'm asking would it be a curse because like from what you said before like these pirates like something was happening with them like they were reanimated or they just didn't die or something unless you didn't say that I might have been mistaken.
I mean, you guys never really. I mean, you sort of questioned the guys who turned themselves in, who were saying that weird things were happening to their crewmates, and that's why they left. But they
They didn't go into too much
they
detail.
didn't go into too much detail. You get the sense that it's not that they were holding things back. It's more that they were like, "Look, man, I'm just a dumb pirate. I don't,
Okay.
pretend to know that much about history and curses and stuff. I just know weird shit was happening, and so,
I left. Yeah.
we pieced out."
So then can I then can I make a like a check or anything about Whitemane and his crew specifically like
About Whitemane, yeah, make a history check with advantage because it's pertaining to like sailory stuff.
history.
17. So you've heard of Captain Whitemane before, specifically because you'd spent some time sailing these waters. And one of the things that you'd heard about Captain Whitemane was that he was a man of unmatched greed, unparalleled greed, and he was so named for his shock white long hair and shock white beard. He was a pirate by trade who often harassed the sailing routes in the Bering Strait, or not in the Bering Strait, and Jesus Christ, what's it called? The Shearing Channel.
Yeah, the channel.
The Shearing Channel. Often would harass the trade routes in the Shearing Channel. Particularly back, has been doing so for decades. Even in what trade there was between Draconia and Taldore, and Wild Mountain Taldore would come across the Shearing Channel, and only the most skilled of sailors would sail these waters because of the glare. Which is why he would. It was said that he made his hideout up here, where by the Alabaster Sierras, because the glare, would help him escape pursuing, naval ships that were out to try and bring him to justice.
Right.
But you'd heard general of him. He was, like you said, extremely greedy. And equally ruthless. But so that's what you know about Whitemane.
So then I'll relay that to the party. Just yeah. So the only thing I really know, like for sure, about this guy is he's a greedy son of a bitch. So if we have anything to like try and persuade our way through, if you guys want to do it that way, I mean, if you guys want to go in and just fuck around and kill him, I mean, I'm with that too. But but if we want to do this, smart way, he is very greedy. So coin speaks to him and fine stuff. So
we have a ship.
No, we don't. This isn't
Yes,
our
we
ship.
do.
This isn't our ship. Oh! I catch your drift. I catch you. I get it. But he's already got a ship. Why would he want another ship?
Was not
To
our
to
job to
amass-
bring him
Wouldn't
back
you want
dead or
another
alive? Not to bargain with him.
Yeah,
Well-
we need to bring him back, and I don't think we can offer him enough for him to accompany us to Whitestone.
Well, yeah, but I mean, to at least get an audience with him, we have to, I mean, pirates they're greedy fuckers, and it's kind of hard to get sometimes a meeting with them. I mean, we could parlay with them, but you never know. They might just say "fuck you."
Offer him something to get close.
Yeah, and then we do what we got to do, and
Slit his throat.
well, if we can bring him back alive, maybe there's a bigger reward. Who knows?
Why would we want to do that? He's a pirate.
Do you like coin?
I like more to kill the scourge of the sea.
There's one other thing you remember about Captain Whitemane, Noxus, and that was you remember hearing about about his first mate, who was a very large minotaur.
Fuck.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Who was his muscle, has been with him since the beginning. Whose name is
Tiny.
no.
Little John.
Josh
His
Scudder.
name is not
Horny.
No.
Horny.
Oh, jeez.
It's his name is
Sebastian.
Guys, let him think. Let him think.
oh, no, I'm
Colby.
It's in my notes here. Hold on.
Colby beef.
Honestly, Daisy.
Tura.
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 Hoorah.
Lay.
Tura.
Toro. Got it.
Tura.
Tura. Tora.
Come on, Eileen.
Got it.
Oh yeah. I almost forgot. He's got a really big fucking first mate. His name's Tura. Yeah, he's a Minotaur. So
Fiercely loyal to
Yeah.
Whitemane because he swore a blood oath to Whitemane because Whitemane saved his
damn.
life.
damn.
So it did that thing where they cut their palms and
It's a
handshake.
Minotaur thing, essentially,
It's like a Wookiee thing.
sort of.
Yeah, so I relay that to the party and let them know that no matter what we're gonna do, we're probably gonna fight. We're probably gonna fight just because of the Minotaur alone. So be really fucking prepared because that guy's fucking big.
I suppose the
Does anyone
question
know?
is, what besides big are minotaurs?
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Well,
Bravery
I mean,
above
Of
all.
course.
Does anyone know Minotaur's weakness?
Lightning.
Labyrinth. Labyrinth.
that's not a weakness.
That's not
That's a
their weakness.
strength. Have I ever encountered a Minotaur? Or have I ever encountered Tora? Or
Tura?
Tura? Yeah, have I ever encountered these
Nope,
people?
these are
before?
just things that you've heard from other sailors.
Okay, so I've probably never seen one.
People you trust, but you don't. Yeah.
Did they say anything about Minotaurs specifically that I can
No,
remember?
I mean, not really. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
what you know about Minotaurs is that they're big, like bull people. They tend to be pretty large and strong and dangerous.
Okay.
I say
Sorry,
we
got
come
shit
up with a clever
investigation
ruse.
this time around.
But no,
Holy shit!
that's just me.
Everybody's talking.
I prefer a clever ruse, but
Do we
y'all
know?
know.
I don't like fighting either. So, but sometimes when you got to do it, you got to do it. So, if we're gonna get anywhere close to Whitemane and at least have the wherewithal and the constitution to fight this guy, we're gonna have to get our foot in the door somehow. We can say parlay and they'll bring us to him, hopefully. But maybe they'll just tell us fuck you and kill us on sight. But we have to I really think we're gonna have to have something that is gonna be worth this guy's while. Otherwise he's just gonna say fuck you.
I don't think parlay is gonna work because then you're gonna put yourself in a position where we're surrounded.
And most probably without weapons, which I
Yes.
have no intention of being.
Do we know the size of his crew? Besides Tor?
Half the size it was before.
That's true.
Whitemane is probably the biggest pirate in these waters, and he had accumulated a few ships.
Oh shit! What was my ship's size? What was my captain's size compared to his? You know what
You're like,
Oh, danky.
saying?
you mean like the size of his crew?
There we go. Yes.
Okay. The size your crew size was about like a couple dozen guys. He has or had
ships.
a few ships.
A fleet.
Yeah, he was well on his way. And was calling himself and had started calling himself Commodore Whitemane.
Shit. Oh shit. Okay,
How many turned themselves in Whitestone? There was like a dozen or so.
12.
There was 12 exactly.
Yeah.
So at
Taking the
least
break,
one
pulling the
ship.
stocks.
There was at least one ship.
Okay.
So he's still got a lot of people in there. So honestly, I don't know what to do in this moment. I'm not the best at strategizing like this. I mean, I got you. I have all your guys' back, regardless what we do. Because one, I want to get paid, and two, I don't like anybody dying. So, I'll do everything I can to keep you guys alive. But
Certainly good to
I
know.
mean, I'm with you guys. Whatever you want to do. I mean, like I said, we could parlay and get ourselves in a position where he's there. I mean, it may fuck us when it comes to our weapons. I mean, we have to figure something out.
You're
I see.
assuming a lot. You're assuming they're going to take our weapons. That they're going to kill us on sight. You're assuming a lot of things.
He's also assuming they're willing to parlay the curse. I don't think they care about that anymore.
Not sure if
I
they're going
mean-
to parlay in the first place.
Yes, there's the matter
come
of this
on.
curse that
They-
apparently they are under.
they are
Something.
Pirates.
Come on now.
Potentially
Listen,
undead?
pirates have codes. They listen.
Yeah,
I mean,
kill and pillage. That's the code.
all right. Listen, trust me. Pirates listen to parlay.
Why would
they'll
I
do a
trust you
parlay.
on that? What pirate have you spoken to that has told you all these codes?
Many sailors.
Many sailors aren't pirates.
Well, pirates are sailors, technically.
No.
Yes.
The sailors that became thieves and killers that don't usually just start telling normal sailors their code.
All right, let me ask you this. What do you think of me? You think I'm a pretty stand-up guy?
I don't know. I just met you, and you talk a lot of nice things about pirates.
I don't say nice things. I just
Give them a lot of credit where the credit is not due.
think you have a very skewed image of them.
The skewed image is them taking our ship and tying most of our survivors' hands and pushing us out to sea with no food. So your skewed image is they're very nice people. I disagree.
Oh, I never said they were nice people. Most of them are assholes.
That's my point of going in there and killing every last one of them.
Unless we want them to take their ship and push us out to sea.
What?
Yeah, wait, what? What'd you say?
I doth not follow.
If we parlay, I'm doing air
What?
quotes, and we have them come on our ship and take over our ship, and he takes it for a little joy sail, then we have him in a very advantageous position where we have him.
The captain
A
hath
crew
already
that's
said
ours.
that her ship is only for taking us there, and
Yeah, she
That-
won't
We
let us
aren't
use
parlaying with them.
And,
Final. We're not
that's also-
parlaying with them.
and on top of that, parlay is they bring you to their captain. They don't come
We
to us.
can find a way to sneak in there. We can scout the area. We're not parlaying with pirates.
scouting
Okay,
the area
well-
certainly seems like a better option.
Well, then how about last resort? Because they have to follow it. They gotta listen.
The last resort is like the first
I don't
resort. We
know
kill
why
them.
you think they have to follow that. This is not Pirates of the Caribbean.
Fuck.
It just
I
seems
was
like
hoping.
it from the
I'm-
whole premise, but
Yeah, I'm assuming here, man.
Well, do you know what happens when you assume?
Sweet, we're all asses now. Thanks, man.
Yeah. But
Finding yourself Davy Jones' locker.
I feel like we followed it.
Parlay, shotgun to the face.
Noxus
Parlay is
convulsing.
kind of like that's only if the pirate really wants to
All right,
Just
They
fine.
want to.
enjoy themselves.
Do we have
Sneaking.
the captain has like a longboat, right? For us to go to shore without
Right,
the
so we
ship
all
coming
get-
to shore.
Essentially, the captain told you guys previously that she will take you to the entrance of the cave, and she'll provide you with a longboat so that you can go in. And there's a back entrance that the prisoner pirates that turned themselves in told you about, which is how they said that when they are, when they get their loot from their raids, they bring it in through longboats into this like water passage that goes into their base. But that was where you guys had to decide after the ogres whether you wanted to go to the mountain entrance, that's like the overland entrance, or this entrance, which is like the by sea entrance. And you guys decided to go this way. So
We're saying the overland entrance is the one that's guarded.
it's more heavily guarded because it's like the main and it's like the front door.
Okay.
And they have like a wall or like a gate, like a stone door barrier.
And our goal is more discretion.
However, the ships like that can't fit inside would be sitting out in the bay. So the captain told you that she'd be using the glare, and you'd have to take the rowboat in.
Yeah.
And our goal is to be discreet and perhaps find some of these pirates in small groups and dispatch them.
Pick them off one by one.
Until we find the captain.
I mean, it's a plan. We don't really have anything else to go with.
And we shall not until we see the inside of this lair of theirs.
Bill/DM, can you remind me of what we know about the curse? It was that they are turning like undead or something?
You don't. I mean, you don't know that there's really a curse. To be honest, they sounded like the ramblings of crazy people.
Okay.
These pirates that turned themselves in, but they were saying things like, weird things were going on with certain parts of the crew that had gone on this one raid, and they were weird things were happening. Like they were getting, they it's not like they left right away. Like they started to notice things, like their friends taking what should have been mortal wounds and getting back up.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't really sound to me like that would be a potential way in for us. It sounds more like, well, they were rambling about nonsense.
Perhaps, but stranger things hath happened, my lord.
There are a lot of strange things in this world, that is true. Okay, so we agree on sneaking in, dispatching for whatever we see?
I mean, I'm in.
It doth seem to be the goal.
All right.
Any objections?
I clearly object, but nobody wants to do it my way, so we're gonna do it yours.
Want and have the ability are two separate things, Father.
Alrighty. It's getting kind of late, so we're gonna call it here because once you guys go into the pirate's den, that's gonna be a whole thing. So
We shall not return. I mean, no. What?
well, you could. Hey, who knows?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I was kidding. DM, stop.
Who knows? But let's see here. All right. Noxus, you got 5 experience points. Cortanus, you got 6. Or Dan, you got 6. Fike, you got 7 for your daring do. Riding the harpy to the ground, that was awesome. Seor, you got 7 as well. Congratulations on pulling in that whopper. And Shango, you got 5.
Cute.
All right.
Level up!
I imagine a lot of you probably leveled up.
I did.
Yes.
Oh, I assume I didn't get any XP from the last trip, so no.
Yeah.
In the last session, unfortunately, no. If
Nope.
you're not here, you don't get any XP. Sorry.
City.
Sorry. Worry not.
But I helped. I see. I got a sneak attack with my longbow. I know I was there. I see. I did it. I marked it up. I'm missing an arrow.
Well,
I'm missing an arrow.
the
arrow got the
Arrow's
XP
worth
for you.
something.
who all leveled up?
I did.
Yep.
I did.
Katanas, Noxus,
Django.
Shango, Verdan,
Yes.
and Sao.
Yeah.
Did you level up? All right, you guys can roll your hit points for you if you'd like. Y'all go to level 4.
Woo.
Have I shown enough to be able to multi-class into cleric?
Wait. 4 plus 2. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
You roll a. Oh no, you didn't. You rolled a 2. That's all right. I mean,
Hello, I'm your Dex tank again.
you haven't gone and gotten any religious training. It's just been
Yeah.
you trying to reach out yourself.
Talking
So
to his friend or
I'd
Dan.
say, yeah, you're probably gonna have to try and visit a temple or something like that at least,
All right. Gotcha.
and receive some
Like
Some stiff.
more practiced training. I'm having trouble using words. Some
know
more.
I know
some
a guy
more-
who knows a guy. I can hook
You
you
get
up with
what
a guy.
you get what I'm trying to say.
some
You gotta
actual
do some
formal-
praying in a temple.
Yeah,
some
yeah,
actual formal training, basically.
yeah, exactly. To be able to take a level in it, you know.
Gotcha.
You gotta do a
Right.
thing.
No, at least know what to do.
All right. But is anybody? Are people taking ability score? It's level 4. What are people doing?
I have a question. Actually. So I was watching Handbooker Helper.
Handbooker
and-
helper.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I know what it is.
So they were saying that if your ability score in Constitution goes up, and it goes up to another ability number, so if like 2 to 3, like
It
the
retroactively affects all your previous levels. Yes.
okay, so
So if you were to take your Constitution and raise it so that it goes from 2 to 3, you would get an additional 4 hit points on this level.
4 whole hit points, which
So
could
you'd-
save your life.
Yeah, so you'd instead of getting 6 hit points, you'd get 10 hit points this level.
okay. I just wanted to clarify and make sure
Okay.
I'm still thinking real quick.
Cortanis, what are you doing? I'm sure you've already figured out what you're doing.
Almost. I'm pondering. I'm pondering
You're like,
between.
I don't know.
Almost. It's between ASI and Sentinel.
Not skirmisher? Wow, surprised.
Skirmisher.
Yeah. +1 to your AC when dual wielding.
Oh no, she already has the dual wielder feat.
Oh, are you human?
Yeah, she's
Yes.
human.
Oh, alright.
Human.
Ooh, ma.
That's why she has 2 saber rapiers.
What about Shango? What's he taking for 4th level?
Going with the ASI and charisma to bump it up to 20.
Getting that maxing out that charisma.
Yep. I was considering elemental adept, and I still kind of really want it, but I think
There's always 8th level.
Don't do it.
yeah, it's so far away.
It's not
Though.
as good as it looks.
Elemental adept.
It's not
Yeah,
as
it
good as
is.
looks. No.
Especially if you're gearing your character towards like one kind of
God damn it.
weapon damage.
Yeah, like
What
most
kind of
of the-
sorcerer are you?
Storm sorcerer.
Oh, you're on the same. Jeez.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
You guys are both multi-classing cleric
We're
and
doing the
storm
same
sorcerer.
thing,
Oh, wow.
pretty much.
Are you doing main sorcerer or main cleric?
I went two cleric levels, and the rest are sorcerer.
Yeah. Look at that similar plan, except for like I started all sorcerer and hoping to jump over into cleric now for 1 level or so.
Ooh. Oh, that's
jeez.
having a
Yeah,
high
you want 2
spell
levels in
DC.
cleric.
You guys are deciding how I level this character, so that's 100% determined by you guys. So I'm pretty sure I know which way it's going. It's not how I wanted it to go, but
Wait, why?
I have decided with Bill that the actions of the group are going to determine where I put.
Where you
Yeah,
your
so
what?
basically he's a rogue and a paladin. So based on the moral choices that he makes and the things that he does will determine whether he takes a level in rogue when he levels up or a level in paladin when he levels up. If you guys have been being altruistic, then he'll take a level in paladin. If you guys have been being naughty, he'll take a level, and him specifically, if he's been being naughty or good, then he'll take a level in rogue. If we can't really decide, if it's been kind of in the middle, then it's up to him.
No.
Well, he did badass save Erdan from
Yeah,
that harpy, and he ultimately saved all the
pretty heroic.
sailors.
That's
he's
true.
pretty heroic.
That's true.
So I would say.
Yeah, but we are going into a cave to murder a whole bunch of people, which is not good.
They're all
already
pirates.
bad people.
They're all pirates.
Bad people.
Yeah, they're bad people. It's not like we're going and killing orphans.
They're unholy pirates.
Technically,
Until they're unholy pirates, they are not past redemption.
You guys keep forgetting that he is a paladin of redemption.
Oh, gross.
Well, not
He
yet.
follows Sarenrae, who is
Right
the
now, it
goddess
sounds like
of
they're
redemption and second chances, and
Right now they're going for like undead right now, so that's pretty out of there.
like to be specific.
Not to be.
To be specific, her commandments are lead with mercy, patience, and compassion, inspire others to unite in fellowship, aid those who are without guide, and heal those who are without hope. Those who are beyond redemption, who revel in slaughter and remorseless evil, must meet swift justice, however, is her third commandment. So
pirates.
If
Father Pike is going to be a whole bunch of fun to figure out. So
if you can determine when you get there that they are beyond redemption, then perhaps swift and righteous justice is what is called for.
Yes. But if they're just like, oh no, I've been trying to just feed my family, I'm gonna be like, oh no, I guess I have to murder you, but I guess I'm taking it in rogue.
I don't think any of them are trying to feed any sort of.
And now I'm 50-50 on the paladin now because I really want to go redemption paladin for the RP standpoint, where I'm just trying to convince everybody to change their ways. I'm super charismatic, so I'm really thinking about going trickery cleric.
Okay, I'm going.
Wait,
Sentinel.
trickery cleric.
No, trickery isn't paladin.
No,
maybe.
that's cleric.
Trickery rogue, trickster.
No, never
No,
mind.
he's thinking. All right, now you're thinking arcane trickster.
Yeah, I'm thinking something different.
And then there's the trickery domain for clerics.
Right. Yeah.
But paladins don't have. Yeah, paladins have. They have the Oath of Devotion, Oath of Vengeance, Oath of the Ancients, and then the new ones in Xanath. Oath of Conquest and
Redemption.
Oath of Redemption. Yeah.
Oh, right.
There is DMG as well, but that's like more of an evil one.
Well, that's the Oathbreaker, though,
Yeah.
and that's not what he is. Yeah.
Do I want to go utilitarian? Yeah, I'm taking prestidigitation.
Ooh, you might be Cortanus' new best friend. anyone with prestidigitation.
Because I mean, I could take friends.
Ew. Prestidigitation.
But
Exactly.
but it comes in. It's so have. And
Yeah. Also, the
then,
ability to just be able to start a campfire, or
yeah.
snuff out a campfire.
No, it's so boring.
Yeah.
That's so boring. Why would you do it? I can't. Oh man, I have something about. I have like a wizard that refuses to use his magic to help himself at all.
For any mundane things.
Have you looked at the Oath of Redemption at all?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay.
Quite. It's a violence as the last.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. This
The
50
the
character.
tenets
Violence
of
as the last.
the tenets of redemption are peace. Violence is a weapon of last resort.
Yep.
Diplomacy and understanding are the paths to long-lasting peace.
Yep.
Sounds like a
Innocence.
Jedi.
All people begin life in an innocent state, and it is their environment or the influence of dark forces that drives them to evil.
Yep.
By setting the proper example and working to heal the wounds of a deeply flawed world, you can set anyone on a righteous path.
Correct.
Patience. Change takes time. Those who have walked the path of the wicked must be given reminders to keep them honest and true. Once you have planted the seed of righteousness in a creature, you must work day after day to allow that seed to survive and flourish. And finally, wisdom. Your heart and mind must stay clear, for eventually you will be forced to admit defeat. While every creature can be redeemed, some are so far along the path of evil that you have no choice but to end their lives for the greater good. Any such action must be carefully weighed, and the consequences fully understood. But once you have made the decision, follow through with it, knowing your path is just.
And become a monster!
A monster.
Monster.
Yeah, that's why I really wanted this 50-50 character, just because I wanted to be like, all right, I'm going to use violence as a last resort, but when I have to go kill people, I will want to be really good at it
Yeah.
and assassinate you.
But that and some of their oath spells are pretty cool. Sanctuary,
Yeah,
Sanctuary,
Bless.
Sleep, Calm Emotions, Hold Person, Counterspell, Hypnotic Pattern, Autoluke's Resilient Sphere, Stone Skin, Hold Monster, and Wall of Force. And then
Ooh.
then there's their Channel Divinities. One of them is called Emissary of Peace. You can use your Channel Divinity to augment your presence with divine power. As a bonus action, you grant yourself a +5 bonus to Charisma Persuasion checks for the next 10 minutes. And then there's Rebuke the Violent. You can use your Channel Divinity to rebuke those who use violence. Immediately after an attacker within 30 feet of you deals damage with an attack against a creature other than you, you can use your reaction to force the attacker to make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the attacker takes radiant damage equal to the damage it just dealt. On a successful save, it takes half as much damage.
Yeah.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah,
Actually.
it's
like, oh, dragon, you just did a breath weapon and did 60 points of damage. Now you take 60 points of radiant damage.
yeah. It's like I said, it's something I really thought about, and it's highly out of my comfort zone of kill it. Is it dead? Kill it again.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's interesting. Plus, it's got some badass abilities.
Yeah.
Aura of the Guardian. Starting at 7th level, you can shield others from harm at the cost of your own health. When a creature within 10 feet of you takes damage, you can use your reaction to magically take that damage instead of that creature taking it. This feature doesn't transfer any other effects that might accompany the damage, but this damage can't be reduced. This damage can't be reduced in any way.
Which will come very handy, considering I will be very close to the target most of the time, being a rogue.
Yeah.
So it's
So if someone takes damage that would knock them down, you could be like, "Nope, I'm taking it."
Yep. It's a lot of very cool abilities that I looked into, and like I said,
and that's probably the highest ability you'd get, though, because if you're depending on how with your multi-classing, you might not get to the level 15 ability.
Yeah, probably not. Unless this is we are the absolute best of boys.
Goodiest
Li-
people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
literally,
boys.
like golden retrievers of D&D. We're not going to.
Retrievers of D&D.
Yeah, the
So
ultimate
that
good
one guy from
boy.
Log Horizon got it.
So I have a question about a spell because I'm supposed to get another spell. It's more about flavor. So armor of Agathis.
Yeah, you actually said it
Agathis.
right. Agathis.
So it says cold damage.
Mm-hmm.
Could I flavor it for fire?
Sure.
Or okay, cool. I'll do that then.
Why not? But you won't be able to go back and forth. If you're choosing fire, that's what it is.
Yeah, no, it's fire. It
Okay.
It just doesn't make sense for it to be cold.
No, I get it.
Doesn't make
So-
sense that magic exists.
Yeah, well, there's a lot
It
of
So
doesn't.
many things
That's
in
in
this
this game.
world make no sense.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the shit that pisses me off the most. Is when people are like, "Well, if we were following physics, they couldn't actually join." It's like, motherfucker, somebody just blew shit up with their mind. Okay, like let's not pretend. There's a dragon flying around.
You're
That guy
literally
just
writing a
punched.
unit
That
code.
guy just punched a dragon to death. Let's
It-
pretend that's.
But it is
God
very
forbid
important.
we.
Falling physics are very important to the point where you have to go. All right, if I'm falling 500 feet, I have X amount of seconds to
All right, I think
do
I'm done.
X amount of things.
Later, dude.
Later.
Yeah.
Later.
Yep, I'm gonna take off too. See you guys
You
later.
have to be a master of all
Alright.
things to be a
Okay,
dungeon
start the
master.
stream.
You have
Thank
to
you
know.
for watching.
You know,
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you for
welcome back,
watching,
viewers.
Yes, thank you
everybody.
for watching.
Well,
Um,
Love you.
Yeah, sorry I ended a little bit earlier.